This is part two of my depressing life update. Um, I do not know why that light is in my face. I'm sorry. So I knew that I was forgetting something in part one, so here I am with another part. This will probably be the final part because I can't think of any more updates. I mean, this is already a lot since the last time I posted. Anyways, I forgot to mention that um, I am writing a book. I know what it's gonna be about. I just don't know the length. I'm shooting for 100 pages max, maybe 50. I don't know. Like, I've never written anything past like nothing less than like 10 pages. I mean, by myself. Um, Being a student, having to write a bunch of research papers and just papers in general, I haven't really written anything. I've definitely never written anything like of that length. So it's definitely gonna take some time. It's a project that I don't know like if it's gonna take a year, 2 years, I don't know, but it's definitely gonna take more than a few months. I started like 2 months ago or something like that, and I haven't gotten far at all. Like, I think I've only gotten like almost 2 pages, not even that. Um, because, I just been busy, like really busy with other stuff. So I just been doing it off and on. But hopefully within the next few years, it will be completed and I can try to publish it or find someone to, help me publish it. So yeah, now I'm just working on, the manuscript, and I gotta of course edit it. That's gonna take more time. So I want to be like, I'm kind of a perfectionist, and I want it to be, um, you know, as close to perfect as possible before like anybody else reads it. So yeah, I'm working on a book, and it's like I'm writing about like something very personal that happened to me. Um, so yeah, like it's not like my life story or anything. Like, my life story will kind of sort of be incorporated into it, but it's not solely about my life. It's just about some things that happen in my life that I'm paying like more attention to in the book. Um, so yeah, like, I'm excited to, get it done and like get it published and everything. But it's definitely going to be a long process, and I'm fine with that. Um, just hopefully I'll have more time to, work on it and, dedicate more time to writing my book. So, yeah, I've been wanting to write a book. Well, actually, I've been just tossing the idea around in my head, like, not really sure if I was gonna, commit to it or just like not do it at all. So, since I've started on it, I decided, to just um, like, commit to it. Um, so hopefully it turns out well. So once again, like, the camera is just weird. I was gonna film this video in the lounge, but there was like one person in there, and so I just sat there for a little bit, like, I don't know, waiting for him to leave. I don't know, like, uh, but after a while, I just left and came back to my dorm. Decided to film in here, but once again, like, I had to turn the camera around because, like, for whatever reason, the the camera is blurry when I turn it to face me. So I have no idea how I look right now on camera, but hopefully I look good, better than I did in the last video. Probably not because my hair is still really frizzy. Anyways, um, so that was the other update, was me writing a book. Now, this update, which I also forgot to mention, something really weird happened to me on campus last month, or just a couple weeks ago, and it's never happened to me before. like as a college student or like just in general ever at all. It's never happened to me. Um, they're labeling it as discriminatory harassment, and I have, well, should I get into what happened? I don't know. It's just like all really like weird and awkward, and I don't even know if I should talk about it, but let's talk about it because why not? Um, by the way, it's currently like once again I'm filming really late at night. Well, not really late. It's like after 10 p.m. But that's kind of late for me because that's around my bedtime, even though my sleep schedule is messed up. But I'm trying to get back to my regular sleep schedule, which is 10 p.m. bedtime. So immediately after I'm done with this video, I'm hopping into bed and going to sleep. But back to what happened. Um, so a couple weeks ago, I was in the bathroom. This was on campus, and I was doing my hair, right? Now, just for context, anybody who's been watching my videos like knows that I have really long, coarse hair. I have 40 inches of hair. Whenever I do my hair, it takes up to several hours to several days to style it alone. So that's what I was doing, just for context. Um, so you'll explain so that you'll understand like everything that happens once I get into what happened. So I'm in the bathroom doing my hair, styling my hair, and I was in there for like a really long time. Um, so, I'm in there, right? Like, I'm playing music on my phone, not like at a ridiculously loud level. And, like I'm doing my hair in the mirror. I got my like products, set out on the counter. And, I'm just like doing my hair and trying to get it done as quickly as possible. But I was in there for like until morning, until like late afternoon. I was in there for hours. So all of a sudden, I don't remember what time the first time happened, but campus safety, a campus safety officer entered the bathroom saying they were doing like a safety check, right? Or quote unquote safety check. And so I found it was strange. I didn't say anything. I just, continued doing my hair. And then hours later, the second time it happened, because the first time it was this one officer. The second time, 3 officers came into the bathroom. They had gloves on. They had it was just like, 3 male officers. And then there was a staff member too. And so, of course, I'm like, what the heck is going on? Because, I thought it was unusual that, cause since I've been here, they didn't do, like, safety checks. So I was like, okay, maybe this is routine, but it's kind of strange. Actually, I didn't know what the heck was going on, guys. And by the way, this isn't the first time that I've done my hair in the bathroom and spent, like, a really long time in there. And I've never bothered anybody with what I was doing, like, so. But anyways, so that was 4 officers total doing 2 safety checks or whatever the heck they were doing. So I was confused, but I was also like mad because it's like, I don't know. It's like, I'm being treated as I'm doing something wrong. I don't know, but so the officers tried to talk to me, and since I do not have a good relationship with the police, I did not talk to them, and instead I communicated only with the staff member that was also present in the bathroom. And so even though I didn't owe her or anybody for that matter an explanation, she said, they got a call and I was in there for a long time, blah, blah, blah. And that's what the concern was or whatever. And so I let her know, like, it takes me a long time to do my hair, right? Like, you see me with all this hair. So, she can't really relate because, she's older and she's got, shorter hair and like different hair texture. But, anyways, so, yeah, like, it was a brief interaction. Um, but there was a lot of things that was extremely problematic and concerning about this incident that happened to me not too long ago. Um, and I should have recorded it. I'm kicking myself so hard for not recording that interaction. It just completely caught me off guard, and it's probably why I didn't. My first reaction was not to record. But I did get some contact information down. Uh, but I didn't really do and react the way that I wanted to and should have, just because, like, I was just like slow to react because I was, like I said, I was caught off guard, and it was just like, it's never happened. This has never ever happened to me before. Um, so yeah, like, not gonna go into like too much detail, like, and that's pretty much all that happened. Is like, I don't even know how to describe this. It was just so freaking strange. But long story short, I told this staff member that I did not want this to happen again. First of all, and I got her information and everything, and yeah, like, anyways, like, that's pretty much all that happened. Like, nothing escalated from there. And like I said, I only interacted with her. Like, I pretty much ignored the campus safety people, officers, and just interacted with her. And like I said, I gave her my ID, and yeah, so what I had an issue with is, like, the officer, like, took a picture of my ID after I gave it to her. She gave it to him. He has to take a picture to, quote unquote, document everything. And so of course, I didn't like that because I already proved that, even though I had no reason to prove that I was a student there, because there was no indication, there was nothing to indicate that I wasn't a student there, if that makes sense. But, I have to comply. But, yeah, they took a picture. So after I showed them ID that I was at the school, right? And then, so I thought the taking the picture of my ID was completely unnecessary once I already proved that I went to the school. And actually, me giving my ID in the first place was unnecessary too. And then their presence in there was unnecessary. But I already said all of that. Anyway, what else happened? Yeah, that was it. Like, I gave them my ID, took a picture, like, and like, they were gone. And then there was somebody in the stall who heard and witnessed everything. And we talked about, like, how wrong the situation was. So yeah, it was just like wrong and weird on so many levels. And what I ended up doing afterwards was I contacted a lot of people. Well, not a lot of people, but I contacted some of, the higher ups. And they directed me to a department. It's got like a long name, but they deal with, like, misconduct and that sort of thing. And, they've got like paralegals on their team, and they've got investigators and stuff. So yeah, so I reached out to them. I filed a report first, and then I filed a complaint. And so they're launching an investigation now. The school is launching an investigation. with these individuals. And so now I have to deal with that on top of everything else that I'm dealing with in my life. And so that's just great. But it is what it is, I guess. We'll see what comes out of this. I don't have high hopes that, anything will come out of this investigation. That's why, like I said, I'm just kicking myself that I didn't automatically start recording. Now I know better. Hopefully this doesn't happen again. If it does, I'll be a lot more prepared next time. Because, this is like a regular thing for me. Like, since I did mention that I'm recently homeless again, and I therefore do not have the luxury of doing my own hair in my own apartment or in my own space, and I have to pretty much do my hair at school. So yeah, but I don't need to let everybody know that because that's my personal business. Anyways, enough about that. That's the other two updates that I forgot to mention in part one, including in part two. And like I said, this will probably be the concluding part to this two-part depressing life update of yours truly. So, like I said, future content will probably maybe be more positive, a little more positive. I'm going to try to make that happen. But anyways, I'll try to get these videos uploaded to YouTube once I find time to make my way over to the local library where I can get a proper signal to upload everything. So yeah, I'm trying to think. Did I miss anything else? I don't think so. But if for some reason I did, which I'm pretty confident that I didn't this time, but if I did, I might make a part 3. But I think I covered everything that I need to cover in this life update. And I'll see you in the next one. Good night.